Hello, hello, this is League 25, Match 2. We are currently 1-0 and on the play, which is excellent news for us. Alright, 3 lands, Signal Pest, Vault Scourge, Galvanic Blast. Not particularly fast, but we do get somewhere with Signal Pest. While I'm not the most excited about it, I think this is on the edge of keepable. Going to play the Memnite, and now the debate is Volt Scourge or Signal Pest. Signal Pest I can maybe get in for 2 damage next turn. Volt Scourge starts gaining life. I like the life gain, despite being able to cast it for a little bit cheaper next turn. Inquisition probably takes Signal Pest, which I think I'm alright with. We're still attacking for 2 damage this turn. They might take Galvanic Blast if they're afraid of removal. But they are taking an awful long time. Okay. Signal Pest is indeed the greater threat, and I agree with that assessment. Cranial Plating is an excellent draw. Going to attack with what I have, and most certainly cast that plating so we can equip it next turn. So the sad part will be if they have some sort of fatal push on whichever creature we put plating next turn. Fatal push or other removal. It doesn't matter what removal it is. It is likely. They will take Galvanic Blast now. And there goes any of our removal. But it looks like we'll be hitting... Oh. Okay. So I just have to hit them harder. I have to hit them hard before they play rack of any sort. Well, let's play Nexus. Equip the plating. And this will be some decent life swing. Which will insulate us a little bit against a sacrifice creature. We are okay. Yep, there's the rack. And then smallpox, yes. Yep. I'm going to sacrifice Memnite, obviously. Nexus does represent another creature. Spire represents colored mana. Citadel represents... Well, let's see. As it stands, I can hit for 5 every turn. But if I sacrifice either one of these, it's only 4. So I guess it's the colored mana. Ornithopter increases the clock by none, but would increase the amount of life we gain. So I'm going to play it. I think usually one would not want to do that, but I don't. I think the life gain here is better. And I suppose... No, I'm going to not attack with Nexus. That way I can activate it this turn if necessary. Alright. Well, we got that one. But now what? I don't think I've ever played don't think I've played 8-Rec online. And if I've played it in the past, it was a very long time ago. I'm fairly certain it is incorrect to side out any of the stuff that makes us fast. So I gotta keep Mem Knights. I probably want to keep Galvanic Blast. I think it's Karns that I side out. Probably siding in some Stubborn Denials. And I suppose some Thought Seizes? Going down on the champions because they're slow? I suppose Grudge is kind of relevant. Is it more relevant than a Galvanic Blast? Maybe. But I don't think I want to side too much. So I'm going to try it like that. Going out some of our top end. Going in on some of the lower end. This hand is slow, but I don't want to mulligan against 8-Rec, so I'm going to keep it. If one of these was... Oh, they actually went first, too. Well, I suppose they do want to get rid of the threats in my hand. Which they did. Probably taking Overseer. Or Pest if they have another hand hate. And then they can get both. If this hand was slightly different, say an Opal. Okay, so they supposedly only have one hand hate related thing, or they have an easy removal for Signal Pest. Ooh, Stubborn Denial. I think I'm going to hold up that Stubborn Denial because stopping Smallpox would be pretty good. It's going to send some big flags to them. But I think that's okay. Laying down the Signal Pest does represent a lot more damage, though. I'm going to hold it up anyway. Because if I can blow out Smallpox or something like that, that is very beneficial to us. Yeah, Mutavault. Mutavault's going to be a problem in the long game. Short game, if opponent casts anything, then they can't activate, and I can get in for, I guess, just 2 points of damage. But that would mean they're not playing anything. I assume at this point they were debating what to do. Cranial, huh? So I definitely want my Blink Moth. I guess I don't want to attack with the Mem Knights. Which means I'm either casting Cranial Plating and going shields down again, holding up the Stubborn Denial, or, sorry, going shields down, straight up. Or I play Pest, holding the Stubborn Denial again, which is making me slower, which is not the best option out there. If they play Smallpox next turn, I can sacrifice the Spire and then never be able to cast Stubborn Denial. Or I sacrifice the Nexus and not be able to attack in the air. So I guess right now I'm still quite scared of Smallpox. So I'm going to play the Signal Pest. and not attack. Which is unfortunate, but... Next turn, I could play and equip the plating to the Signal Pest, because it cannot be blocked by Mutavault. Fatal Push, yeah. I suppose I have to try to Stubborn Denial that. Actually, it's to no benefit. Yeah, I have to let that through. This was not the best of starts. Okay, well, I get to Stubborn Denial this. I think that's worth it, because then I can hit him for pretty hard next turn. By playing and equipping Cranial Plating. It's not super hard, but it is something. Drum. If I play the drum, I get in for an extra point, but also don't, because then I'm not hitting with both Memnites. But I guess that doesn't matter. Or do I want to play fewer cards in case of the rack and whatnot? It does represent more damage next turn, though. But I can also... I can just play and have it up. I'm just gonna go for it. So this is where things start getting a little scary, because I don't have any answers, and they're going to have access to a wee bit of mana. If this is Liliana, no, Fulminator Mage, which is going to get rid of Blinkmoth Nexus. Yeah, after blocking. Probably the equipped Memnite. So if I want to be able to insta-equip anywhere, is it even worth it, actually? It is worth it. So I can choose to... I can activate the Nexus and tap it and the Spire of Industry to bump the plating over to an unblocked Memnite. So I am not attacking with the Blinkmoth, and still getting in for 5. They could very well choose to just let it die. I think that's acceptable. I'm going to force the issue. So they will likely block the platinged Memnite, and before damage, kill the Nexus. Or they're going to do it now, and I just lose the Memnite. I think this is still fine. I think I'd rather get in for the extra damage, rather than save this, than have the Memnite kill the Mage. Or would I rather them just lose the Mage? Actually, I would. I would rather them lose the Mage. That's fine. Got in for that one. It leaves me with Blinkmoth Nexus around. Maybe it was a little aggressive. Target player discards a card. That's fine. Perhaps I should have played that to have another artifact on the field. If this is Liliana, then we're maybe in trouble. No, another Fulminator. That's why they were not scared to lose their last one. Okay, another Spire's decent. Go to combat. Yeah, their Fulminators are actually kicking my butt here. Because they probably just let this go through again. Maybe they don't. Okay. Alright, I need to, sorry, I'm going to mute that for a moment. Alright. That shouldn't be bothering us now. Maybe the Edge Champions would have been useful here. Except for Mutavault. Mutavault can block Edge Champion. Yeah, there's the rack, so that's going to start doing us some damage. They probably have a Fatal Push or something to deal with Memnite. So this is starting to look a little bit dismal. I will play this to have another threat and more damage on the field. If they want to block with the Mutavault to shut them off of more mana, that's fine. Though I suppose they probably don't need much more than 3. So this might just be giving them a creature, which is bad. Yeah, that was probably a bad idea. Realizing afterward. This definitely comes from... Ooh, Ensnaring Bridge. Can I just unequip? Ah, okay. Well, that'll work. Because I can equip it over there. Paying the 1. Combat. Get in. And then pay a life and pay another life to attach that over there. This is going to be a little bit difficult. It's going to be a close race. Gonna have to keep doing this tomfoolery back and forth. Ornithopter would actually be a decent draw. I am losing a lot of life with that rack. So Ancient Grudge would have been good. Crypt Incursion. Ah, lovely. That's problematic. I probably die before I can do enough here. Oh, unless the Ink Moth gets in there. I have 3 turns. Combat. Declare attackers. Oh, I probably activate. Equip. Pay a life to equip again. Yeah, I could have gotten in for more here. That's unfortunate. Oh, I guess I didn't need to do that, but... Oh, this is gonna drain me a little faster than I need to. Boy. Yeah, I might have bungled this one a little bit. Ah, Inkmoth is not actually going to be able to attack. But I can use it to be able to attack with those signal pests. Smallpox. Shoot. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. Mm-hmm. Down to 4. Ah, but this just gets me... So I have to pay the 1 to be able to do it? Yeah, I can't win this one. Alright, well, messed that one up a little bit. So let's get in those Ancient Grudges. We'll drop the Blasts, since they don't usually have creatures that I'm going after. And... Rest in Peace maybe to combat the Crypt Incursion. But that seems kind of narrow. Blood Moon just shuts down Mutavault. Also narrow. Aether Grid is an escape from Ensnaring Bridge. But usually I'm not going to have that many artifacts by that point. Slowly chipping away at everything. I'll go with this. I would love to play first, and I would love to have an aggressive hand. This almost counts. They are going to be able to get rid of that plating. So I think I play these 3 cards and hope that they don't have a specific card hand hate. Because if I play Citadel and Opal, I need a 0 drop. But this might be able to get there with Inkmoth. So I'm going to keep it. It's fairly land heavy. But if I'm able to land that plating next turn, that will be decent. Passing the turn since there's nothing I can do. Yeah, there goes the plating. That was expected. If I could draw another one, that would be insane. Not meant to be. Okay, so this turn I can attack for 1 infect, 1 poison, and that's it. Or sorry, that was the same thing. 1 damage, 1 poison. Perhaps my other hand was not strong to keep, but yeah, there's the smallpox, which means I lose. Well, let's get rid of Opal and Volscourge and Blarg, Blinkmoth. I suppose I should have played one of these other 2 lands. I should have thought about that a little bit more. That way I would not have had to sacrifice the Blinkmoth. Yeah. We'd be perhaps hitting a little harder here if I had played that differently. Which is alright. We'll do what we can. I assume they're going to be holding up some sort of removal for Inkmoth, and then I will be fresh out of threats. Except Ravager's around, so that's something. I'm going to cast him. Since he does represent the ability to go in on the Nexus if they tap out and don't kill it. I'm definitely not going all in on it right now. Would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not lethal. So at this point, I keep expecting Liliana. Destroy all creatures. Lands you control don't untap. Okay, so playing Ravager was a bad idea. I don't want to activate the Inkmoth Nexus in response, so we just lose that Ravager. Plating? No. It might or might not be smart to play the Vault Scourge. I think because I can play it for nothing, I'm okay with having another creature on the field. It might be that I'm playing right into the Rack's hands by playing another creature. They have to have a land in hand, though. Oh, well, that counts. Okay. You have successfully inquisitioned nothing. Not sure why they did that. Plating. Not plating. Yeah, I should have held up Ravager. But then they would not have played Bantu's Last Reckoning. They probably would have played Inquisition, and then that wouldn't have done anything. I think playing the Memnite does nothing for me here, so I'm going to leave him up. Make the opponent think I have something. Jeez, they are land heavy. Ensnaring Bridge. Wonderful. So now I gotta hope to grab one of those Ancient Grudges. They do have one card in hand, though, so that's a bonus. Overseer is a non-bow here. Do I still play him? I don't think so. And the reason I wouldn't is because, one, it'll just make my creatures bigger, which I don't want, and two, then if opponent draws any sort of rack ability, I just, lose more life. And since this game is going to be going a little bit longer, I definitely need to preserve that. Waste not. Interesting. And now they make me discard. Yep. That is interesting. I have not seen that one before. I don't have any enchantment removal either. Their zombies can't attack, though. So I guess I'm a little confused by that. None of my stuff can attack. What happens when I discard a land? They get mana. Suppose there isn't much reason to play that in Nexus. Yeah, unless we get... Yeah, there's the rack. Which means I need to not be playing my cards unless they are very impactful. Ancient Grudge being one of them. Please? Cranial Plating. Not great. You would have been great a couple turns ago. I think I can afford the one life to put that plating on the field. Okay. Doesn't look good. Another bridge. Okay, well. Ancient Grudge is still alive. If only the rack made me draw cards. Suppose I might as well equip. Just have that life buffer if the opponent ever attacks. They have kind of locked themselves out. until they get discard effects. Yeah. I don't want to give them another creature. So I suppose it's that, and then I lose the Scourge. And then I lose... I guess Darksteel. Because Spire lets me get colored mana still. Alright. Come on, deck. Ancient Grudge. A Mox Opal and Ancient Grudge is not. This is making for a boring match. Opponent is slowly whittling me away. One card in hand. Could it be removal? Master of Ethereum. Well, he doesn't really help, does he? Do I force them to have the removal? I think I kind of have to, right? I don't have the mana to do that, so I have to play Nexus, which is fine. Declare attackers, attach. If they have it, they have it. If not, I have accelerated my death by a turn. Yep, they had it. Yep. Another card in hand, which was a swamp. Bright side, I'm not losing any life. Ornithopter. Springleaf Drum. Not helpful. There's not much point in playing my cards. At least they're not killing me anymore. And they're thinning their deck. I would love an Ancient Grudge, please. Not meant to be. I think I will play the Memnite and equip it, just because then... the equip was a bad idea. The equip was a very bad idea, because then I cannot instant equip to have an attacker. Inkmoth is good. That represents being able to kill them again if they ever aren't able to cast something in their hand, which actually at this point I think is not possible. Raven's Crime. Sure. I will discard a creature that they can't attack with. I don't want them to draw another card. Or do I? I suppose I might, so let's go Springleaf Drum. Because that might be a card that they can't lay. It might be a land. It is not a land. It is Liliana. That is a problem. That is a problem indeed. Now I hope that this is a land that they cannot play. It is not a land they cannot play. Darn it. I was really hoping. It's probably some form of removal. Still worth a shot though, right? Yes, I lose a life. Stubborn Denial actually might save the day. So we activate you. Go to attacks. Make sure I'm attacking the correct person. And right now, that was actually the perfect draw. Awesome. We just hard counter whatever they play. Got there. Oh yeah, stubborn denial. And here's the hit. And we got there. Awesome. Whoops. What'd they say? Shoot. How do I see that? Well, either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next match.